Day 4 of the Halderson trial begins with a recorded police interview when Chandler was first considered a suspect in his parents' disappearance. And the U.S. Supreme Court hears arguments challenging the Biden administration's COVID vaccine and test mandate.
And the talk of weather continues to be wind chills. We're going to have that latest first warn forecast just moments away.
Good afternoon and welcome to News 3 Now at noon. Let's head to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. I think the dogs went out for about 20 seconds today. Let me back in.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm sure a lot of pets, they weren't immediately greeted with an open door because you don't want to let the heat out. They were scratching to come right back in. Here's what we're looking at outside right now. It is a balmy and warm 5 degrees after the -7 that we bottomed out at earlier this morning. The wind chill at -4, which is better than the -20s that the wind chill was at. So with the sun up and the temperature's a little bit warmer, things are feeling better out there. We're still at this point, though, that as you're out, wind chills are a little bit below 0. You still probably want to use just a little bit of caution. Wind chills will continue to be cold as we go throughout today. Then overnight, we'll see those wind chills drop again. And once again, you'll want to use caution, but don't expect those wind chills to get down into the danger territory like what we saw. But as we continue to look ahead, temperatures will warm up into the upper single digits for those highs today. And we have more wind chills to talk about as we start to round out the weekend into early next week, Mark.
8 o'clock is relative.
Yes, it is.
Warming up.
Yep.
All right, Chris, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. Millions of people along the East Coast are still dealing with the winter weather that's been caused dozens of accidents. Vehicles were stranded along a highway in western Kentucky after heavy snowfall. The storm is moving north. It's already dumped significant snow in the Boston area. Forecasters say parts of New England could get more than a foot of snow before it's all over. And the D.C. area was hit with a second snowstorm this week, which brought another 2 to 5 inches of snow. The jury in the Chandler Halderson murder trial spent the morning watching and listening to a video. It was an interview police did with the defendant when he was a suspect in the case, but had not yet been arrested and charged. In the 2-hour video, the police asked Halderson to remember what happened each day when his parents went missing. There were some inconsistencies with what has already been told in court by other witnesses. You can watch the live stream on channel3000.com. Well, 4 people are dead after a crash on the interstate near DeForest. It happened on I-39 South just after 10 o'clock last night. Investigators say a minivan attempted to assist another car on the side of the road when it was hit by 2 semi-trucks. All 4 people in the van were killed. Both semi-drivers had no injuries. I-39 was closed for about 3 hours. Mineral Point firefighters and other local first responders honored 2 of their co-workers this morning. They escorted a procession for the 2 firefighters recently killed in a deadly semi versus fire truck crash from Mineral Point to UW Hospital. The crash happened around just after midnight Thursday on Highway 151, just outside of Mineral Point. Authorities said the firefighters were responding to a different crash when their fire truck was hit by a semi. Both firefighters were severely injured in the crash and pronounced dead at the scene. Iowa County Sheriff's Office released a statement saying this is a loss that cannot be comprehended. After about a year and a half as the interim leader of the University of Wisconsin system, former Governor Tommy Thompson is stepping down from the role. Thompson said his resignation will be effective March 18th. Thompson was sworn in as the interim head of the UW system in July of 2020 and was charged with leading the state's public universities through the coronavirus pandemic. In his resignation letter, Thompson said, quote, "While challenging on many fronts, we work together to continue to provide the quality of education our students deserve and parents expect." And UW System Region President Edmund Many Deeds III said in a statement, Tommy Thompson was the right man at the right time. He went on to say, quote, "He answered the call as one of Wisconsin's greatest public leaders by accepting the role in spite of the challenges in front of him. We are proud of what he accomplished." The committee working to name a permanent UW leader say they are preparing to name finalists for the position. The Supreme Court heard arguments today from opponents who are challenging the Biden administration's vaccine and test mandate. Skylar Henry has the details.
The Supreme Court heard arguments this morning on 2 challenges to the Biden administration's vaccine and testing mandates. The rules issued by the Occupational Safety and Health Administration would require businesses with 100 or more employees to be vaccinated or get tested weekly. The other rule from Health and Human Services would require healthcare workers at facilities that receive Medicare or Medicaid be fully vaccinated. Conservative groups are challenging the rules.
OSHA's economy-wide mandate would cause permanent worker displacement rippling through our national economy, which is already experiencing labor shortages and fragile supply lines.
Justices question why the rules shouldn't stand.
It's obviously the policy that's geared to preventing most sickness and death.
And they questioned why the court should immediately block the rules from taking effect.
The short version is, as soon as businesses have to put out their plans and this takes effect, workers will quit.
I would find it, unbelievable that it could be in the public interest to suddenly stop these vaccinations.
The arguments come as the Omicron variant is sweeping the country, leading to record numbers of new COVID cases each day. Friday morning, the FDA announced people 18 and older with the Moderna vaccine need to only wait 5 months before getting a booster. They said vaccination is our best defense against COVID-19, including the circulating variants and shortening the length of time between completion of a primary series and a booster dose may help reduce waning immunity. And the Biden administration says it's finalizing plans to ship 500 million COVID test kits directly to Americans' homes. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
And Chicago School District canceled classes again today as negotiations continue with the teachers' union about COVID safety. And West Virginia's governor wants qualified residents of his state to get a second COVID-19 booster shot. Governor Jim Justice sent a letter to the CDC requesting permission for the 4th dose. Justice wants the shot for essential workers and people 50 and older starting 4 months after they received their first booster. President Biden and the First Lady are in Colorado today to survey damage from the Marshall Fire. The fire burned more than 6,000 acres and destroyed nearly 1,000 homes and businesses. Last weekend, Biden approved a request from the governor to declare the fire scene a major disaster. That designation unlocks federal relief funding. The Bidens will then travel to Las Vegas to attend Saturday's memorial service for the late Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid. Today, the 3 men convicted of killing Ahmaud Arbery will find out how much time they'll spend behind bars. Travis McMichael, Greg McMichael, and William Bryan faced decades in prison for killing Arbery as he ran through their South Georgia neighborhood in early 2020. The men said they believe the 25-year-old Arbery had committed a crime. The 3 will also be tried on separate federal hate crime charges, with jury selection scheduled to begin next month. The Michigan teen accused of shooting 4 of his classmates to death and injuring 7 others has waived his right to a preliminary exam. That means the case will go straight to trial. Ethan Crumbley is being charged as an adult in 4 counts of murder, 7 counts of assault, and other related crimes. His parents are due in court today on involuntary manslaughter charges for allegedly giving him the gun he used. And another bright light in Hollywood has gone dark. Legendary actor Sidney Poitier has died. In 1964, Poitier became the first black actor to win an Oscar for Best Actor. He received much acclaim and a second honorary Oscar for his performances in iconic movies, including In the Heat of the Night, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and A Raisin in the Sun. Poitier was also a prominent civil rights activist and served as Bahamian ambassador to Japan for a decade. Poitier was 94 years old. His cause of death has not been disclosed. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Wait until you see what they have trained Goldfish to do. And today's market report.
Job market momentum slows at the end of the year, but hiring is still hot in these spots. I'm Diane King Hall at the CBS Broadcast Center. Of those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
To count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pills and inferior technology that hurts and just masks your ED. Fix it for good. The best part? Our ED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and you can get back to your natural functionability after just a few short in-office sessions. Call us today and mention this ad, and your initial consultation is free. We are Madison's trusted specialist and only national erectile dysfunction provider. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Are you sick of the areas of your home being cold in the winter or hot in the summer? Your house is a complete system of components that need to work together, similar to the human body. Just like us, your home needs to breathe too. If we're letting our home breathe fresh air, we'll be healthier and regulate our temperature better. Wouldn't it be great if we could show you all the areas needing improvement in just minutes without tearing the house apart? That is what our thermal imaging does for you. It will show the temperature differences and areas of air exchange. Then you'll know what areas need to be improved. Just like going to the doctor, except these doctors do house calls. This will also help in preventing the entrance of harmful pollutants inside your house. You can now easily bring down the energy bills and have a durable and safe home environment with Fry Construction. Visit fryconstruction.com to schedule your free professional house call with a thermal imaging and insulation specialist.
How to change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the Herb Chicken Mediterranean Pizza right now at papamurphys.com.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
The last jobs report of 2021 is out, and according to the Labor Department, the economy grew by 199,000 jobs in December. That was much weaker than expected. Economists predicted more than double, but the nation's unemployment rate did dip to 3.9%. That was better than expected. The IRS is cracking down on small business owners who use payment apps like Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. Starting this year, the platforms will be required to report business transactions that total more than $600 for the year. The change only applies to commercial transactions and not personal charges between family and friends. Southwest continues to grapple with staffing issues causing travel chaos post-holidays. The airline canceled about 20% of its flights yesterday. Southwest says it has seen an uptick in sick calls due to COVID. On top of that, inclement weather is also hurting its flight schedule. And pursuing a new profession might mean putting down new roots in 2022. According to a new study from Wallet Hub, Columbia, Maryland is the best city to find a new job. Salt Lake City was second, and San Francisco rounded out the top three. To pinpoint the top spots, the personal finance site weighed factors like job opportunities, starting salaries, and average commute. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
Thank you, Diane. At the noon hour, the Dow Industrials up 69 points. The NASDAQ, though, down 90. The S&P 500 off 8.5. Well, forget everything you thought you knew about goldfish. Scientists say our fishy friends are capable of a lot more than we realize. It might sound like a fishtail, but scientists in Israel are sending goldfish where none have gone before. They're training goldfish to drive a car. Well, technically a tank. Sensors on this, let's call it a reverse submarine, help the fish stay on course. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert lampooned the research, but scientists say this is a serious study proving that fish can navigate on land just as well as in water.
Fish, even though they are embedded in a terrestrial environment, can make excellent navigational decisions.
Most goldfish pass the driving test in a few days. It's widely believed that goldfish have a 3-second memory, but scientists say they actually remember things for many months. Who knew? Well, up next at noon, Pam Yankee has your latest ag numbers, and we'll see what Howard's cooking up in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Plus, Chris will be back with your full forecast after the break. Shouldn't flush them down the...
Furniture and Appliance Mart's 72-hour appliance sale is this weekend. Save as much as 40% off on top brand appliances, plus no interest financing for 18 months with $999 minimum purchase at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Start the new year off right with Menards Bag Sale. Pick up a bag in store and get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag now through January 15th. Whether you pack it, load it, stuff it, or stack it. From light bulbs to tools, snacks, and much more. Fit it in the bag and save 15%. So pick up a bag in store and find out how much you fit in the bag now through January 15th.
Save big money at Menards.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Think you know Madison? Test your city smarts in this month's interactive issue of Madison Magazine. Answer fast facts, solve a crossword, guess the year, and much more. Visit madisonmagazine.com and order your copy today.
News 3 and Channel 3000 put top stories and breaking news at your fingertips. Video alerts and forecasts. Clean, simple, and fast. Download the Channel 3000 app today.
It's your last chance to ring in the new year with style at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 54% off holiday doorbusters and special buys while supplies last. Plus, interest-free financing for 5 years. Pay less than $20 a month for a new room you'll love. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Saturday morning, the latest on COVID as school districts across the state weigh the options, virtual versus in-person learning. And a brief break from the frigid cold before another alert day this weekend. Your certified most accurate forecast Saturday at 5 and 8.
Sunday at 10, when left without phone service for months.
The phone line was a steady hum.
A prominent Madison musician turned to our call for action team.
Things started to happen.
Leah Lynchide shows you how a call for action helped restore communication. Sunday at 10. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. Bundled up, I hope.
Yes, yes. Got my Packer gear, playoff gear on, baby. Ready to
there you go.
Go in advance of the end of the show. But yeah, so we're talking a little bit today about some good news. Wisconsin dairy farmers, dairy industry, dairy as a whole came out of East Virginia District Court yesterday. So when I say the name of a cheese, you probably think, well, Yankee, this is no big deal, name of a cheese. It's a big, big deal, especially for the state of Wisconsin. What the judge decided yesterday is that France and Switzerland can no longer hold hostage the name Gruyere. That's what they wanted to do. They are calling it a geographic indicator, and it's not just about cheeses, but we have plenty in Wisconsin. Think about it. Feta, Parmesan, Gruyere, all of those are what they call geographic indicators, and they want to make sure that the United States cheesemakers are not allowed to use that name. Well, good heavens. And it spills over into other things. They also want to protect different wine types, for example, chateaus. We're kind of keeping an eye on this, but this could be kind of the first revelation for our Wisconsin dairy industry and dairy cheesemakers across the United States. The judge said that they cannot protect the name Gruyere, that it is a common name, meaning that anybody can use it. That is huge. I just talked to Patrick Gegrin, who is the Executive Vice President of Industry Relations with Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. He said, remember, 60% or more of the cheese we produce in Wisconsin is a specialty cheese that would fall under one of those names of feta, a Gruyere, that type of thing. So that's a really big win out of the East Virginia District Court, and hopefully we'll see more of those common names, or shall we say geographic indicators, become common names that everybody can use. Dairy farmers got a little good news for their December milk price. It went up 33 cents to $18.36 a hundredweight. It's about $1.56 per gallon at the farm gate, if you're wondering. And a little bit softer on the cheese today. Barrel cheese in Chicago down 3/4 cent, $1.86.5. 40-pound block cheese was down 5.5 cents at $1.99.5. That double A butter unchanged today at $2.7425 per pound, but still getting a lot of industry attention, that's for sure. So there we go. Good news for feta, Parmesan, Gruyere. What else am I thinking as far as those names? But at least we get to use those names for the foreseeable future.
We'll always have Colby.
We'll always have Colby.
Go Pack.
Go Pack.
All right, we'll see you next week. Here's Chris now with the weekend forecast.
Yeah, we've been talking about the cold out there, Mark, and that's one thing that we're still watching right now. It's the fact that some of those wind chills are still below zero this afternoon, but we're seeing many of them begin to warm up. 0 is what it feels like in Lone Rock. Still 14 below for Platteville to Butte. Still feels like 20 below at this time. But Janesville feels like 5, 3 in the Dells, 1 in Camp Douglas. It's getting better. It still feels like 4 below zero in Madison at this point. But we put things into motion as we go throughout the day. And by the time we get you towards the afternoon, yes, we have a chance for some of those wind chills to feel at least a couple degrees above zero. By the time we get you towards dinner, those wind chills start to come right back below as the sun sets. But notice the wind direction out of the south. This will actually help things warm up into tomorrow, into the afternoon. It's still going to be cold. Your wind chills are still going to be in the teens, but they're in the teens above zero. That's a whole different ball game compared to what it was like out there this morning. It's going to feel a lot warmer. You saw the cold, though, just move in behind me. This is now Sunday in the morning. Wind chills are back into the teens below zero. This will set the stage for some pretty cold air moving into your Monday as well. We talk about wind chill a lot. We've talked about it a lot as we've gone through this week, especially. I want to take a moment and break down what exactly wind chill is and how that works. Our bodies lose heat through convection. You're standing outside, your body is radiating heat. That forms a layer of warmth around you. So if there's no wind, you feel good. There's this warm layer around us, and even though it's cold, it feels like what it is outside. So if the outdoor temperature is 20, it feels like 20. But as you start to add wind to it, you're breaking up that insulating warm layer that you have around you. And so that quickly expedites your heat loss and makes things feel a lot colder. So yes, it may be 20 degrees outside, but you add a 20-mile-per-hour wind to that, and all of a sudden it starts to feel like about 4 degrees out there. In our case, things have felt a lot colder. As we start to move towards Monday, we'll once again start to see those wind chills into the teens and 20s below zero. And this is one thing to point out, because as your wind chills start to reach this level, this is when frostbite occurs in about half an hour or so. So you really want to make sure that you are properly bundled up. That is also why Monday remains an alert day in our forecast. Our alert day for today is canceled now. We've warmed things up, but we still have that alert day for Monday at this point. That being said, it is 5 as you head out the door. Feels like 4 below zero. Doppler track is all quiet for us, and temperatures are generally in the single digits, either above or below zero. But as you plan your day into the weekend, look for an increase in cloud cover. I also can't rule out a chance for some snow showers and flurries showing up throughout parts of the day on Saturday. We'll watch that. It's going to feel like a heat wave by the middle of next week as we get to 32 and 33. A chance of snow on Friday. Monday is downright cold, a high of 7.
Hang in there. And we just got the email, Lake Mendota has officially frozen over.
I've been waiting for that. I was going to drive by Lake Mendota literally after this show to figure it out.
It's official now.
It's winter for real now.
It sure is. Thanks, Chris. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Can you name a cobbler that's always in season? I'll give you a hint. It's made from a bean, a cocoa bean.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes.
This new year, in just 10 minutes, you'll look incredible.
This is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. It's a cream. It's a topical. It literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it, and I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but to see that big of a difference, and I felt something happening, but I had no idea. Like, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines. Like, it's amazing. I love it.
I did this to my father at home because I was skeptical. Yes, I admit it. 4 minutes, 34 seconds. The appearance of his under eye bag was completely gone. We were screaming. You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself. I am telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real.
This new year is the best time to get Plexiderm for only $14.95 and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pill after pill that just masks your ED. Fix it for good. We can make the difference. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
The Home Expo is coming this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Meet the top builders, remodelers, and home improvement experts at the Monona Terrace Convention Center this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team for your most accurate forecast.
Over the years here in the test kitchen, we've made more than our fair share of cobblers. In the summer, we've made them with fresh peaches and berries, while in the fall, apples were our fruit of choice. But now that it's winter, what do you say we change things up a bit by making a rich, chocolatey cobbler that's always in season? We start by melting some butter in a shallow casserole dish or a deep dish pie plate. While that's doing its thing, we combine some sugar, all-purpose flour, a bit of salt, a little baking powder, and a couple of tablespoons of cocoa powder. After that's mixed, we add some milk and vanilla. And after a quick stir, we spoon it over our melted butter. And to give this its irresistible cobbler topping, we sprinkle it with a simple toffee pecan crumb. Now for the magical part, we pour some boiling water over it, and into the oven it goes. In a little over a half an hour, the top transforms into a decadent chocolate pecan crust, while underneath, we end up with a layer of molten fudge. You can bet the whole house is gonna smell like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Maybe team it up with some vanilla ice cream for a combo that'll satisfy any sweet tooth. The recipe for our chocolate pecan cobbler is on our website now. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a decadently chocolate way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
I don't care if it's zero. I still want that ice cream.
You know, seriously, I went and got ice cream the other day. Someone said to me, is Wisconsin the only state where ice cream seems to thrive in the middle of winter? It is the dairy state, after all. So I might get ice cream later on today. It's going to be cold enough for it to not melt in the car. 9 is our high temperature. 28 for Saturday, back into the deep freezer by Monday.
All right, be careful out there. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.